Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building, y'all. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Kandi and the gang. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about episode 3. We're about to get down into the situation, y'all. In any event, Kandi Burruss show, last episode, episode 2, actually got a lot of more ratings than people anticipated or thought that that she actually received. So season 3 episode was the highest, 623,000 viewers. So that's pretty much up from the season premiere, the second episode, and now the third episode is 623,000. I thought it was 740,000, adding YouTube. Should have been around 800,000. But in any event, this is what the ratings are for Kandi Burruss show, Kandi and the Gang, y'all. So what y'all think about this situation? Are you guys feeling it? Are you liking the show? Can you get with it? Can you get with the characters and the cast of the show? Is it a part of, is it a part of you now? Do you still need more episodes to believe in it? Do you like what's going on? Is it something different? Is it something new for you? Or is it just boring and contrived? Baby, let's get down to the situation. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Share the video. Let's just talk about it. We got Juan over here, just instigating, he got to do his job. He works for Kandy and he's protecting that Kandy at all times. But Juan, you are doing too much. You are over there eavesdropping everything, talking about the girl should be fired. Shawndreca should be up out the door. If it was me, she'll be gone. But yet Shawndreca can come in late. Shawndreca can disrespect, Philip and everything. But it's all right. She can cuss him out, tell him she don't like him, and blase in the third, and she get a pass. And Kandy's out here saying she's loyal. Shawndreca is loyal. She's loyal. But as soon as Shawndreca done talked about Juan, oh my God, and she talked about Kandi Burruss, it's like, oh, it's time to get her up out of here. She better fall in line, baby. And everybody up in that place was just about complaining about things that they don't like and what they see and how things can be better in that place. But in any event, so Shawndreca, you can disrespect everybody else up in that restaurant, but you better not disrespect Juan or Kandi or the old lady gang. But in any event, they don't call her to the carpet in front of everybody. You got Patrick. What's up with Patrick? Patrick got something going on with him. Like, Patrick is doing too much. Like, is he really that romantic type? Is he putting on a game? Is he putting on a facade? Because it really don't seem real at all. His relationship with, what's her name? Safari. Like, something seems weird about that situation. The way he's trying to prop her up in front of his friends and things of that nature. And then also making it be known that, she's running the shots and she's doing everything, and basically she can cut him off from having a party, a housewarming, and then also having somebody decorate his house. It's like she's feeling insecure as well, that she wants a lot of control over this man. She wants a lot of control. Only thing she has to say is, I don't want Shawndreca there. Point blank, period. Shawndreca take it how she feels like it. I don't want you in my man's house because you slept with my man. But counseling the party all the way together, and then Patrick putting, Safari, on blast by basically telling, Torin that he can't decorate his house no more. Like, what type of man puts his woman in that type of situation? Why would he make such an awkward moment? Why would he even be sitting there, right across from the ex-girl that he used to be with? Because Dom let us know this episode that it was a whole lot going on with Shawndreca and Patrick. They had a real relationship. They was official. And this is why, when it comes to Dom, she's kind of nervous about really going public and really making it official with Brandon, because they work together. And look how it's ending up, where Patrick is bringing all these women in. And before, Safari, he was bringing in other women and sitting them right there in front of her, basically trying to get a rise out of her. Like, where they do that at? Like, he's doing too much. I don't know if this is his storyline, but like, he he's really like, he's snitching on her, he's telling on her. Why can't he have a conversation? He's the parking lot manager. Why is the parking lot manager up in her business? Why is the parking lot manager telling her to come inside and work when he's supposed to be tending the parking lot and not the restaurant? So I don't get it. Shawndreca, Shawndreca got an attitude and she got that stank on her. But baby, like, what's really going on? So y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. How y'all feeling about this? Let me know. Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? What's going on? It's good to see you, buddy. So, you have that situation going on. And I'm just like, okay, so, but Patrick is acting like he ain't never got no good before. He ain't never had no none before. Like, he's acting like he is, spring, like he's a spring chicken. This is his first go around. He's all in love and everything. Is that the honeymoon jitters for a first relationship when you have the butterflies? But at the same time, it's like he's trying to prop his relationship up and make it like, he ain't never been in a good relationship before. He ain't never had a good woman before. So, you have that situation going on. But y'all tell me what y'all think. And anyway, Seandricka said that Patrick don't know what he doing in the bed. She was tired of it. She said he don't know what to do, and she was teaching him and showing him new tricks. He wasn't showing her nothing. So that means that he's out here showing other people new tricks. But Seandricka, she's engaged. But in any event, it just seems like Patrick is doing too much, and he's trying to push buttons of different people. Well, if you don't accept my girl, you don't accept me. That's not how you do it. First, you got to introduce the girl. First, the girl get to know the people. Now she's telling you can't have this, you can't have that, when you done already told people. And then on top of that, you're gonna hire somebody to do your interior design, and then you're gonna turn around and cancel them. I'm like, Lord, Kandi, what's going on? Sound just like he is related to Kandi, baby. For real. So let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Brandon. Brandon, he's okay, in the situation. He's still feeling, Dom. Him and Dom, they look like a good couple, baby. But one thing is for sure, the old saying goes, don't mess with your co-workers. Don't shit where you sleep at. Basically, don't mess around with anybody at work, because it could go bad, especially if the person's not emotional, develop, and especially if they can't move on, if you're moving on, you know what I mean? So sometimes, politicking and dating somebody at work can be disastrous, but at the same time, it could be fun and it could be a good thing. Let me tell you, ain't nothing wrong with dating somebody at work, but you got to be able to deal with other people flirting. You got to deal with, things, having a bad day with one another, and then going to work together and then working together. So you got to deal with a whole lot. But if you got the mental capacity and you understand what comes first and what we're going to do in public and what we ain't going to do, and how we're not going to let people interfere in our relationship, that's one thing. But in any event, it seems like Brandon and Miss Dom is, they're making it official, but not really official. I don't know how they're trying to keep anything a secret, because ain't nothing a secret over there in their relationship. Everybody knows that they are a mess and they got something going on, and he's hypnotized by Dom. But in any event, we see Brandon, he finally gives Seandricka her props, that she's working hard, that she's doing what she's supposed to do. And the same thing is Philip. Philip has noticed that Seandricka's been working, and she's really vital, when she's on 100, when she's there, when nothing, the environment don't control her. And we have seen her work in hard type places. We have seen her be overworked, and and her getting confronted by Kandi not once but twice this episode. And then on top of that, won't they address the girl? The girl said that she only makes $12 an hour. That's what she said, Kandi, she said she only makes $12 an hour. How the hell can she live and afford to live off of $12 an hour? This is why she's working at the YMCA, and she is a swim instructor. This is why Seandricka is working 2 jobs. She got a college education. She is, the head hostess over there. It's a lot, probably more that you can use Seandricka for. But in any event, Seandricka got to work on her attitude, because sometimes she just speaks before she thinks. You know what I mean? But in any event, like, they're putting her on Front Street. They're not putting Brandon on Front Street in front of everybody, in front of the staff. And they're not putting Torrin. Torrin got put on Front Street because he opened up his mouth. But they called that meeting to really address Seandricka, saying, that the food don't taste the same. Shit, everybody said the food don't taste the same. Okay? And I don't know why Patrick is taking it hard, but that's his restaurant. You know what I mean? That's the family restaurant. That's the family business. But, when it comes to Brian said the food is a hit or miss. Okay, he says like Patti LaBelle, a hit or miss. Okay, so he said it, and also Rashid said the food. Rashad said the food was a hit or miss, but yet we're gonna sit here and we gonna have a big public town meeting, addressing Shawndreca. I was like, okay, Kandi, you ain't slick. Y'all ain't trying. Y'all making her look like the bad guy. Now she's part of the problem. But in any event, let's get on to what's his name, Patrick. Patrick done bring his insecure ass with his insecure girlfriend ass up in here in this restaurant, basically to try to get under Shawndreca's skin, and he gonna sit right next to her, right near the cameras. Basically, look at the look on his face. He's trying to get a rise out of her. He's trying to show her, look, I got a bad beat. She got this, she got that. I'm with her, and you working right now. We sitting here eating. At any event, why would you go there and order just freaking cornbread, knowing damn well that Patrick be eating bacon, he be eating sausage? Because we seen the meal that Melvin made for you, Mr. Patrick. Okay, baby. And then we got her coming in there like you coming to a down south restaurant with old school recipes, and you gonna think you gonna get something vegan, baby. It should be a part of the process, but right now it ain't. So they just sat there to go over there to let Seandricka know that she can't come to his housewarming party, and because his girlfriend don't want people to know where he lives at. If Seandricka wanted to know where Patrick lived at, I believe she can find out where he lives at, point blank, period. And I believe he would tell her, because the way that he's moving and acting, he's acting like he's still salty that him and Seandricka ain't together, because ain't no reason you need to flaunt your new thing in front of your ex thing unless you still holding on to some feelings and some type of emotion, or you still mad and you don't snitch on nobody else but Seandricka. And Seandricka wasn't the only one at the table saying the food wasn't the same. Brian said the food wasn't the same. Okay, they were sitting at the table. All right, when they was out partying and drinking, and then now he's gonna have this new relationship, and so the old relationships that he has with people in the restaurant that are his co-workers, he's basically telling them that she's running everything. Like, step up. Where's your balls? That yes, we love a man that listens to us. We love a man that hears what we're saying. We love a man that pay attention to what we're saying and try to abide by that. But also he has to have a balance, and he doesn't have the balance. It's like he's being real shady with the situation, like he's causing people not wanting to like his girlfriend, because basically all he's doing is talking about her all day, all these new ideas he's bringing by them. And that's good, because when you in love and a woman change your life, baby, she changed your life. But at the same time, you have to have balance, and it doesn't seem like she has any balance, as far as she should have been like, yo, listen, don't bring this up right now. I feel uncomfortable. And this is why she felt uncomfortable and having torment at the housewarming and doesn't want the housewarming, because now she's put on Front Street in front of Seandricka that she don't want Seandricka to know his address, her man's address. Like, if she wanted to do it, if there was anything gonna go down between Patrick and Seandricka, they can do it in the closet. Just like, Dom and Brian was doing it in a closet, kissing and making out. If they want to make out, they can go right to the parking lot, baby. They don't have to. They can go right behind the restaurant, outside of the restaurant. Okay, wherever there ain't no cameras. Lord have mercy. Hey, what's up, Eric? How you doing? What's going on? So, you have a whole lot going on with this situation, but in any event, yeah, it was mad shady that Patrick did all this. Like, Patrick, why you got to do all that? Like, we know you love your girl, and Blase ain't a third, but at the same time, you're forcing people not to like her, and she felt uncomfortable, and that's why she didn't want to have the housewarming party anymore. And then on top of that, now she's going to be decorating your house. Like, it's total like control. And if this was the shoe was on the other feet and Patrick was doing this to her, people be saying that he's trying to isolate her from her family and her friends and her co-workers and her friends. So is this woman that works on people's bodies, Safari, is she really insecure? It seems like she's insecure, and it seems like Patrick is insecure as well with his relationship, as far as he wants her to take the heat for these decisions, but he is not standing in the decisions because ultimately he don't agree with her decisions. And that's why he is trying to, he knows it looks bad. Like, people gonna say like, yo, why is your girl taking over? Why is your girl telling you can't have your friends over. This is your house. Does she pay your bills? Like, that's a little bit of a control issue. It's already starting off on the wrong feet. You know what I mean? You hire somebody to decorate your house, and then on top of that, she said, I don't want them to do it. I would rather do it. Not because she thinks that she can do a good job, because she don't want nobody else to know what your house look like. Okay, so now it's sounding like a codependent relationship. For real, for real. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Shawndreca is sitting over there like, I can't believe he is here. All the restaurants in Atlanta, but he chose to sit his mother sucker butt here, baby. And then all she wants is cornbread, but the cornbread ain't vegan. So she said, give me some salad. Lord have mercy. And Patrick is doing the most, talk about my queen, my baby. He's doing everything, you know, to throw shots at Shawndreca and also make his new girlfriend feel comfortable that he's actually working with his ex-girlfriend, and actually making her feel secure by showing that he loves her. He's calling her queen. He wants to be with her. She's everything, and doing it right in front of the ex-girlfriend only to cause problems and tension, which is very childish, point blank period. I mean, it is childish. Baby, I can't, like, it is way too much going on in this situation. And he's just basically like, y'all think I'm whipped and everything. But yeah, it looked bad. Like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And you don't, and you want to do it. You don't agree with her, but you're going to act like you agree with her. And then if she really puts her foot down and say, I don't want these people invited, you're going to have a party. You're going to hold a grudge against her. And it's going to be something where now it's going to build up until you explode. It's just like, say, I want to have this housewarming party. So he basically, after this, he tells her he does want to have the party. And then he basically tells Torrin, like, you know, you can't, you know, do my house no more. You can't do the designs anymore in my house. My girlfriend's gonna do it. It was her idea. Basically throwing her under the bus, where people are saying, oh, she's controlling. She don't want us around. Where she think that we're bad influence. She thinks this, she thinks that. Where now he's putting her on a bad foot with the co-workers, his friends. Really, which really doesn't make any sense. But you know, he's young. Torrin is feeling a certain type of way about it, because now he go tell the other people, and this could be a part of a storyline or whatever the case. So he's just feeling a certain type of way. They laughing like, ooh wee. It's a bad situation. Now we got Kandi. Kandi done come through, and she looking good, baby. She got it going on in this situation. She come through looking good. Her confessionals and her stepping out on the scene, like she's looking on point. And then we have Mr. Philip. Philip is basically, he's chilling with his best friend and everything. Philip is good looking. Philip friend is good looking. Philip boyfriend is good looking. Everybody around Philip is kind of good looking. Like, you know, Philip keeps a good looking crowd. But one thing is for sure, Philip is letting us know that he does not feel Torrin. He don't like Torrin, and he wish he would have read Torrin the way he wanted to read Torrin, but it didn't go the way that he went, because his friend said, so I know they're difficult over there, but and he goes like, I can't stand this Queen Torrin. And you know, this is what, you know, Mr. Philip was saying. I was like, Philip, and I was like, Philip, okay, Philip, you're doing too much. Philip was like, you know, he called him queen and everything. I was like, what? And he was like, and his friend was like, did you get him, you know, in line like you wanted to, like you usually do? Philip was like, nah, no, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. So Philip is really taken aback by, you know, Torrin, because he's mentioning Torrin and bringing up Torrin's name. I thought that Brian read him the best, but Torrin has a way of, when Torrin was like, oh, you want me to sit down? Oh, I'm listening to you. I'm just, you know, measuring. You know, that really got under Philip's skin. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? So, you know, it was funny. It was funny at this point where, you know, Philip is like, yo, that dude's getting under my skin. And then and this is Philip's friend, and Philip's friend is cute, but after looking at the picture, is this his real hair, or is this sprayed on mustache and sprayed on, you know, fade? Okay, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But in any event, you know, Todd is basically making a plea for Philip. Like, we expect Philip to manage bad behaviors, and Philip is trying to manage the restaurant and get people out here that don't belong, but yet we're not letting him manage. We're telling him that he needs to manage behaviors. Okay, so that was a good point, that, you know, he pointed out in that situation. But now we're about to have a town meeting because Kandi is feeling a certain type of way because Shawndreca, said something about the food, baby, not tasting the same on Monday than it does on Thursday or Friday. No consistency in the food. So they're going to address that ASAP, baby. But they ain't addressing Shawndreca only making $12 an hour. They ain't addressing, Torrin did a whole free, live event for free. Y'all getting free work up out these people, y'all. Like, OMG. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. But in any event, we get down to the town meeting, and it seems like a lot of people got things to say. A lot of people are feeling a certain type of way. Patrick can't wait to throw, Seandricka under the bus. He can't wait to throw her under the bus, and it's just gonna happen in that situation. And basically, Kandi did not invite Philip to the staff meeting because he's the common denominator. Because Candy's basically saying, well, Seandricka said this, Dom said this, Torrin said this about Brian, so we're not gonna bring him in the meeting. We're gonna see what they have to say, okay? But really, it's about addressing Seandricka, okay? But in any event, getting down to the situation, Seandricka, she's there with Brandon, but Brandon also feels a certain type of way about Seandricka as well, because he complimented her, but at the same time, he feels like Seandricka ratted on him to Philip, and he said that Seandricka is going to have to do a better job to try to get him in trouble, try to rat on him. And this is what, Brandon said in his confessionals. But Brandon is kind of like a piss poor worker too, as well. You don't have nobody else to fill in while your girlfriend is coming in 2 hours late. You don't get up and you don't bust a drink. You don't pick up paper off the floor. You don't have bust tables. You don't have wash off tables, especially when you are a man short, and the person that you are short with is the girl that is making the staff short is the one that you sleeping with. Okay, like, he's kind of, and then on top of that, letting that bar area be so nasty, and he's sitting over there eating and got a nerve to put on a candle while he's eating his food. That is really disgusting. That last episode of that sink being clogged up and everything, nobody moving the dishes, nobody trying to empty out the sink with a cup or a bucket or a bowl, or wash them dishes and put them upstairs or something. Like, what's going on? Yeah, he's a piss poor manager, in my opinion. He's piss poor. But Kandi thinks he's good and Don Juan thinks he's good, but what we seen was piss poor. What I see was piss poor, baby. But in any event, so we get down to this situation with this staff meeting, and they want to address Shawndreca. Poor Shawndreca, but Shawndreca, you got an attitude in the mouth, so it is what it is in this situation. And so it comes down to Brandon again. Brandon was supposed to let the waiters know that new I don't know what waiters they carry, new trays with better handles have came in, and the waiters in the back, you could see the girl in the blue and the guy in the blue jeans way in the back, basically are asking Kandi about, where's the new trays. Kandi was like, the trays came in, and the bus boy and the bus girl or the waitress was like, well, we didn't see it, we didn't see the trays. And then Kandi gets upset because she goes, oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. You guys complain about something, we buy something, it's here and it's not out there. Brandon, I had no idea that them trays came in. Like I said, piss poor Brandon. Piss poor Brandon need to have a meeting, okay? Because he piss poor behavior. Lord have mercy. Then you got a bartender, you got a waitress that used to be a bartender but can't serve drinks anymore due to, some devastating things. So they got a whole lot going on. They got a whole lot going on at this place, y'all. So in any event, so we get through that situation where now Brandon is not letting the staff know that new things to make their job, easier had came in. So he was like, I don't even know. And that's okay for you to not know. Like, it's just, how long have they been there? Then also, these two employees are complaining about utensils. They can't find utensils. They got to keep using, plastic utensils. And a lot of people, they complain about using, they was pissed off when they went to Kandi and the Gang and they had to use plastic forks and plastic spoons. And they're saying that where's the silverware at? I don't know. Maybe the silverware is on the floor. Maybe the silverware is under the sink somewhere hiding. Maybe the silverware is in the closet. I don't know. Where is y'all silverware? And nobody knows that silverware is being missing. Is it easier just to keep giving plastic spoon and forks? So then where all the clean silverware? They're somewhere dirty, hiding in a corner, hiding in a box, hiding in a crate. What's going on? They're talking about they can't find silverware and they're tired of using plastic utensils. Okay, so what Seandricka said about the restaurant is not too far-fetched, because you got employees complaining about, serving trays. There's no utensils. Now they're complaining about who's gonna wash, the menus. Like, what's going on, Brandon? Where you at, buddy? And then you have Rashad. Rashad is basically saying, he's tired of using his phone to call customers and let them know that their tables are ready. Like, he wants to use the Apple system, and he's tired of writing down stuff. He's tired of writing down things because it's too much to be writing down, and it makes the job more difficult. And they don't want to hear what he got to say at all. Like, he's talking about where's the improvement, where's the upgrade. So they are basically having some complaints about the situation, but they need to complain about that dirty ass boy and putting that on Front Street for Kandi to see. And so then we get down to the situation where we get to Melvin, and Melvin feels okay about Philip. He likes Philip. He's feeling Philip. He thinks he's a good addition to the brand. But Torrin don't think Philip is good. Torrin says that his encounter, with Philip tried to make him feel like he's above and he's down here. And Don Juan jumped in and said to Torrin, don't even start. You coming here sashaying and twirling, and you try to hide under the disguise of, entertainer, entertainment deposit, part of the restaurant. So therefore you don't have to listen to this, you don't have to listen to that. So basically Don Juan is calling out Torrin, basically saying, Torrin, you be doing too much. You be acting, you be looking for a whole show. You be out here just too extra. So, Torrin was like, Torrin was like, oh. So only reason why Torrin got called out is because he stuck his head out there, and he got called out because basically this meeting was to call out Shawndreca, but basically saying the food is not consistent. And that's really, a really deep thing if someone's complaining about your food not being consistent and it's on national TV. So, you're going to try to correct that quick, fast, in a hurry. But in any event, Torrin was like, Don Juan, don't even imitate me, baby, because you can't. I never act like that. Not that way. You don't got it down pat. And Don Juan is basically, Don Juan's kind of tight, but Don Juan don't like to be talked about either. Everybody else can be talked about. He better not be talked about. They're going to have Shawndreca head on the fire. And then Kandi said, Patrick, tell me what you was, talking about the food and this and that. You heard such and such. Shawndreca done put her head down. Patrick was like, yeah, I heard Shawndreca say that, the consistency of the food, you eat some on Wednesday, on Friday, it tastes different. And Shawndreca was like, damn, Patrick is always coming for her. I swear he is. But that's his family business. And Shawndreca, she gets called out for the food not being consistent. And so she stand on her 2 toes and she tried to say as much as she can that, people have said that. She basically said, well, you have, people ain't making the macaroni cheese the same. The macaroni cheese don't taste how like you make it, on a different day of the week, somebody else is here and things of that nature. So she's basically saying that the macaroni cheese is different. It seems like, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So she said that, and then Mama Joyce said, ain't nothing wrong with our food. We ain't never got no complaints about our food. Our food is always consistent. They looking at Shawndreca, girl, we will wring your neck, girl, we'll take you by that weave and take you all back. And Aunt Nora was just start jumping on you, girl. And Aunt Bertha will be yelling at you. And like, Mama Joyce is ready to take you outside, Shawndreca. Mama Joe's like, I ain't never heard nothing about the food not being consistent. And then Todd said, well, Melvin, Why is the food not being consistent? And Melvin said the food is consistent. We got the best recipes there is. And now that we have all the employees and we're fully stocked, we're fully ready to go, and everybody's following the rules and regulations of the menu and of the recipes. Everything is good. The food is always consistent. But basically him giving that answer and that response lets you know the food isn't consistent because they didn't have a lot of employees. They have employees switching up, changing. Different people needed to be trained on the recipes. And if they're working different days than you are not working, and you don't have all these employees that are new or old coming in with, a training set day to train them, is basically he's saying since they got a lot of new employees, he's able to teach them the recipe so it can be consistent. But it almost, in his answer to me, it was like, yes, the food hasn't been consistent, but he didn't come out there and say it, but saying that since we are fully staffed now and we got the best recipes and everybody's working on the same page, made me think at one point that the food wasn't consistent. And they do know about it because Shawndreca wasn't the only one that said it. You know what I mean? She wasn't the only one that said it. And then homegirl in the back, she got an issue with Shawndreca, one of the waitresses, and she's calling out like who's supposed to wash off the menus, you know what I mean? And then Seandricka's like, oh my God, won't you shut up? Here you go again. We already know he's supposed to wash off the menu. Every time you turn around, this girl's always talking about the menu. She's always worried about me washing off the menus when we only have 10 menus because everybody scanned through their cell phone. So what is she talking about? And yes, Brandon said early in the morning that everybody has to wash off the menus. So you got this situation going on, so motherfuckers ain't washing off the menus and they giving to you and you touching it and shit like that. Like, what's going on? And Brandon, so this girl, she keeps bringing up to Brandon about the menus and silverware and shit like that. Brandon ain't paying her no mind. They ain't paying her no mind. They looking at her like, girl, fall back. And she's basically saying like, I got a whole lot to do. I'm waiting on these tables. Okay. I'm like, what's going on, y'all? So there is some problems. Shawndreca is not making something out the clear blue sky, but at the same time, you can't get caught talking about your boss. You cannot get caught, talking about your boss. And that's for real. Like, you can't, like, that's a situation that can't go down. That's a situation that can't happen. You cannot be talking about your boss. And so in any event, then Kandi addressed the situation to Shawndreca, like, girl, why you out here yelling? Why you out here yelling? Like, you can't respond to her because Shawndreca telling her, shut up. Like, she's always in my business, Shawndreca. You can't be saying that. Like, Shawndreca, you doing a whole lot of rude stuff. Shawndreca was like, this girl gets on my nerves. She's always worried about what I'm doing. She's always in my business. Like, damn, this is a staff meeting. Just like Shawndreca call out Philip saying, I don't like him, But when she talks about Kandi, everything is off the table, or, they're tired of giving her chances. They might just be tired of giving her chances. Lord have mercy. I'm just like, It's a mess, y'all. It's a mess going on in that situation. And right now, it looks like Shawndreca is going to be the one getting the butts of the situation. So it's going down, y'all. It's going down in this situation. Let's see. Let's hit 2. Let's see what 2 has. Okay, so in any event, so we have that situation going on. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Oh yes, baby. Like, okay, this is how we gonna do the situation. Oh yes, it's going down just like that. Then Mama Joy, she jumps in the situation, and she said some of these people, don't even wash. They step over paper. Mama Joy said that she done seen some managers, which is Brian, step over paper. And we know Brian would step over paper. He would eat while the restaurant's stanking with dirty dishes and a clogged sink, okay, and put on a candle and eat his food. So we know Mama Joyce is telling the truth about this situation. That definitely, Brian is walking over paper. And so Brian basically said, and then, Torrin jumps in and said, how about everybody watch the menus? How about everybody, if you see a dirty menu, just watch it? It could be a part of everything, but if you don't assign it to somebody, it won't get done. And that's what it seems like. These employees are not going overboard and going beyond the call of duty for Kandi or Todd or the old lady gang, because if Shawndreca is only getting paid $12 an hour, boy, I ain't cleaning them things. The mats will survive on their own, baby. They definitely will. They definitely will survive on their own. And Patrick, he had to get her. Seandricka is just like, like, Lord. And Melvin's like, y'all better leave Melvin alone. He works 100 hours, like he's the only cook in that kitchen. I mean, he be cooking for days. I wonder if he cooks food and store it for the next day, because it seems like he's the only one can do the cooking up in there. You know what I mean? It's too fast paced for, the old lady gang. But, Mama Joyce, she said she was going to stay up out the kitchen, but she ain't stayed up out the kitchen. And basically she's calling, Brandon out, for him walking over stuff and not doing his job. And he believes that he does his job, so he ain't even trying to hear it. And then we get to Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha said, let me tell you something. I came in here one day when I first met you, to Brandon. I said hello to you, and you didn't even respond back to me. And she said it'll be a cold day in hell before I respond back to you. Do I believe Brandon ignored her ass? Oh yeah, because Brandon don't like to be hearing what all these other people got to say. Brandon believes he knows what his job is, and y'all can't tell him nothing. Y'all can't tell Brandon anything. And in any event, getting down to that situation, Brandon tries to go hug Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha's not feeling it at all. Aunt Bertha don't want the hug. Aunt Bertha don't want the hug. I'm like, OMG. And then we get down to, Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce basically said that one day that she was up there in the kitchen, baby. She said she was slaving, cooking. Mama Joyce, I thought you were supposed to be in the kitchen. Maybe this was a long time ago. And she said that she was in the kitchen cooking. Everybody was busy. And she called Brandon to come through and help her. And he just said, I think you guys got it up here. I'm going to go downstairs. And so Mama Joyce is calling out Brandon, saying that Brandon, when she asked him to help her, he refused to and went downstairs and sat in his office. Lord have mercy, because Brandon ain't nobody fool. Brandon ain't gonna be sitting up there doing extra work, going above the call of duty, because you ain't gonna get appreciated anyway. And plus, if it's not in his pay grade, and if it's not in his job description, he is not going to do it. Brandon, you ain't gonna make him a workhorse. He ain't gonna be volunteering, doing no extra work for nobody. His mama and his daddy didn't raise no fool, baby. He said, why work harder when you can work smarter? I told you ladies can do it. And who knows if he would have went in there and tried to help Mama Joyce, but she had cussed his ass out, or would she have respect him? Y'all tell me what y'all think about that situation. I'm like, it's going down. Like, for real. Like, I'm like, okay. So, that's the situation. I'm like, Lord. And so we get back to Patrick. Patrick is out here, doing too much as usual. Patrick, definitely does, too much. And Patrick is out here basically doing too much. And he know he's doing too much. He definitely do know he's doing too much. But in any event, we're going to let him live. We're going to let him do what he going to do. But in any event, we shall see. But when it comes down to Torment wants to confront, Patrick, and ask Patrick, like, Patrick, what's going on? Like, I was supposed to be, decorating your house. What about your housewarming party? Like, you just gonna cut us off? And basically, I thought that was my job. I felt a little bit away about how you just dropped me like a bad habit, just quick and fast. And basically, Patrick said, you guys got to understand that I am whipped. I am so whipped. I'm this and that. But after after Patrick has his conversation with Torrin, he ends up calling his girlfriend and asking her maybe if they can switch things, maybe if they can have the housewarming party. Like, he wants to have this conversation now. But at first he was gun-ho on my girlfriend's decision, which he didn't agree with. So he faked like he was agreeing with her decision. And then at the same time, embarrass his friend and embarrass his girlfriend. Like, I think Patrick likes to put people on Front Street so he don't have to be on Front Street. And then he likes people to humiliate themselves in front of other people. That's what it seemed like. And he kind of like dares you to have a response or really tell you how he really feel. Like, he wants to kumbaya, but at the same time, he's not doing kumbaya things to his friends or his girlfriend. He's basically leaving them out to dry and trying to cause chaos between his friends he worked with and his new girlfriend, when it don't have to be that way. Because if you wasn't doing childish shit towards Shawndreca, maybe she wouldn't feel that way. You're making her feel like, oh my God, I gotta prove that you're with me. And then she feels very insecure. You need to, nip that in the butt, or the relationship are going to have its bad points, because there's insecurities and codependency going on. But in any event, Torrin made Patrick see the light. And now Patrick wants to call his girlfriend and want her to, basically change her mind. And now she's feeling a certain type of way. Oh, you put me out there like that. Now you're going to change your mind. And at the same time, Patrick is out here charging $10 to park at the Old Lady Gang parking lot where your cars is safe. Okay. Why he didn't bring her to the parking lot to have lunch? Let me stop. So in any event, Patrick basically sits down with his girlfriend and Safari, and he's trying to see if there's a way that he can have this housewarming, what can make her comfortable. And she's feeling like, well, I thought we had an agreement. I thought you was comfortable with it. I thought you seen things my way. Now you're trying to change my mind and my opinion. Now she don't want to go back, but now she's realizing, oh, he's not really that pussy whipped, because now he's coming back trying to change things. So no, Patrick is not that pussy whipped. Patrick is playing a game that men usually play in the beginning of time. Is everything's perfect. I'm gonna listen to you. I understand you. Luckily, you even get in this type of foreplay, because some guys don't even take time to play this foreplay with you. But right here, he's about to tell you, well, you know what? I don't agree. Like, there's somewhere I want to have it. I want to have the party and blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of frustrated because she's thinking that he agrees and he doesn't. So they need to get on the same page. And Patrick needs to be 100. For real, for real. He's playing these games. She doesn't want Seandricka there. She doesn't want Torrin there, because she felt like, how she was introduced to Torrin and taking his job. That was money that he was going to get paid to do. It's not like Torrin is rich out here. He was getting some money from Kandi people that got the money to afford this big old huge loft or condo, whatever they got going on. And, you just took money right out of his mouth because you jealous of another man decorating your man's house. So do you feel like your man go both ways? Like, you know what I'm saying? It is kind of questionable with Patrick, but I think he's, all the way straight 100. But, she seems like she is very, uncomfortable with Shawndreca and Torrin in the same room at the same time. Like, what's going on? Hey, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing? What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? Peep Squad is in the building. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and it'd be greatly appreciated. So, this is a very insecure relationship, and it's a very fake relationship so far. What they're doing looks very childish at this point. You know what I mean? Like, she's putting blinders on. She loves him to death. She wants to smuzzle him. But at the same time, she's very controlling. At the same time, Patrick wants to be controlled, but only to a certain extent. So they got to figure out their tug and pull. Okay, that's what they got to figure out. And she's upset because now she's feeling like, yo, you sided with me, but you gonna change. So one minute you cool with me in my face, and next minute you ain't. I'm up here at your job making your girlfriend jealous and all this other stuff just to make her secure and make him secure. So it just seems like they got a lot going on that ain't all the way authentic. But I know they are engaged, I believe, in real life. So now we get on to Brian. Brian is making these egg rolls. And if you see these egg rolls, I'll pass on these egg rolls. I will pass. They might taste good, but I will pass on Brian's egg rolls. But in any event, Brian basically calls out Brandon, that Brandon knew that Shawndreca was going to be 2 hours late. And then on top of that, he didn't fill in for her being 2 hours late or get anybody else, to fill in for that situation. So, he's basically calling Brandon useless. And we have, Rashad out here basically saying that management lacks, intelligence, lack thereof intelligence going on. And he's basically calling out Brandon, saying that Brandon, it's okay. No, we can't drink in the restaurant, but Brandon can F the bartender. It's all backwards. So he's feeling a certain type of way. That's because they ain't in a relationship messing with nobody. Okay. And we finally get to see Philip. He smiles. He gets invited to Brandon's birthday party. And basically the staff is warming up to him because they did like a pre-run and everything went well. So we got Philip smiling. Did y'all think Philip can smile? Philip is smiling out here in these streets. You know what I mean? He's smiling, baby. And so here we go. After the staff meeting, Seandricka, she done call Brandon. After she done talk shit about Brandon to Philip, she gonna call Brandon and complain because he's the manager. But at the same time, he wasn't gonna tell Kandi and Todd what Seandricka said. He just kept it in. But we got Don Juan. He's over here eavesdropping, baby. He hear the information. He hear that he was talked about, that Don Juan don't really care. Don Juan said, speak up and say this, but Don Juan would shut you down. And Kandi and Todd really don't give a damn about our complaints or how we feel or whatever the case may be. Brandon's like, okay, they don't even know there's a camera up in here. Don't scratch your butt. Don't change your maxi pad up in here. Don't pull out your tampon in here, baby. Don't try to sneak a piece of chicken or some cornbread and eat it up in this area, because if you do, you gonna be on camera. Don't start feeling on yourself. Don't start touching yourself, because you gonna be on camera. Lord have mercy. You gonna be on camera. You on Kandi camera, y'all. You on camera, like, for real. Brandon needs to be fired. Hey, Eric, what's going on? Monique Hill, how you doing? What's up with you? How you doing, girl? How you doing? What's up, Norris? What's going on? So in any event, so you have these situations going on, and now Kandi, now she's coming through, but Kandi look good in this green and this white. This green top that she got on, blazer, Chinese type of wear, that color green. Her makeup is on fleek. Her hair look good. Kandi came in there stepping, baby. Todd Tucker looked like a chipmunk. But in any event, now we have Don Juan acting all extra and shit like that. He's talking about, oh, I gotta bring you outside to talk to you. I done overheard Seandricka talking shit, and this right here, she gotta go. She gotta be fired. All the shit that been going on at that restaurant, just because she said that Kandi and Todd don't care, she gotta go. Because she talked about these three. She talked about the real gang. The real gang is Todd Tucker, Kandi Burruss, and Don Juan. She talked about the wrong gang. That's what she did. Don Juan is plotting to get her out. Don Juan said if it was me, she would be fired, and this can't happen. Todd Tucker's like, we can't tolerate this at all. Like, Lord, what is happening? What is going on, and what's going on in this situation? Don Juan is upset. He's pissed. And Kandi said, you know what? She's going to have to respect us. Her up here poisoning the people with her dirty attitude, her dirty mind, and the way that she's talking, poisoning the rest of the staff. Like, you wasn't saying that when she was cussing out Philip, saying that she didn't like him and got to a back and forth with him. You know what I mean? Y'all are mad at her because she called you out and she called the food out. So therefore, she got to go, because you can't disrespect me and talk about my restaurant at the same time and thinking I'm going to pay you. I'm going to decrease you. You're going to go back to real minimum wage. You're going to get $7.50 an hour. Okay. And Kandi and Todd was like, let's fire her. And now Kandi was like, I don't know. But Kandi's saying, like, we're going to have to get down to this situation because you can't be saying this. And Kandi was like, I don't want nobody to know that, that this is on video. I mean, that we heard the recording, that there's cameras. So Kandi wants to keep it hush hush and keep it quiet, that that there's cameras up in the place. Todd Tucker's like, let's just get rid of this girl. Let's just, let's put her out of her misery, and let's put us out of our misery, and let's just get rid of her. Kandi said, well, we got to hear what she got to say. And Kandi say, that she's our good hostess, and it's hard to find another one. That's why she's been there so long. Maybe it's because you're only paying $12 an hour. And Seandricka said, you can go to the dollar store and make more money, Kandi and Todd. What's going on? What's going on in this situation? But in any event, hey, if you will work for $12.50 or $12, that's what they're gonna give you. See, Kandi makeup is on fleek. Kandi look like a whole different person. Her hair, her makeup, and everything, like she has stepped up her game for this show. Like she got her people making sure that she's stepping out looking good. And any event we get down to Brandon's birthday party, we got Dom. She comes up there in a sprinter looking all good, looking sexy. She got her legs, she got that baby oil, or she got some lotion on, or she got some cocoa butter, baby cocoa butter oil. She got her hair to the nines. She's dressed in that black, baby. She got on them high heels, a mini skirt, got diamonds on, hair on fleek, body on fleek, arriving on fleek. She arrived with a birthday a present, and also a vase full of flowers. You don't arrive empty-handed like Patrick and what's her name? Safari did, and she brought Torrin with her, and she said that she wanted to show up, and she did show through, and Brandon was so happy. It was like you could tell that Brandon feeling her, and Brandon likes her. Brandon want her to meet his family. To him, nowadays it's not, and sometimes it all depends what parents mean to the person that you're dating. But in any event, his parents mean a whole lot to him. And she came through flossing, baby. She came through looking sexy. She came through looking like money. She came there looking like she got it going on. She came there looking like she is somebody, baby. And this is why she could be 2 hours late. And you can't tell me Brandon ain't already tapping that boots, because he is. And that's why she showed up, because a little bit of her want to believe in this relationship. A little bit of her want to take it all the way there, but she's being skeptical. Brandon said that he started working at Old Lady Gang because he came in there to eat, and he saw Dom, and he was just like, baby, I want her. And baby, he gets what he wants. He done got Dom, baby. She done showed up to his birthday party. I was like, go ahead. I do like this storyline between these two, because you can see the passion. It's not like Patrick relationship with Safari, where you see controlling, where you see emotional dependent on one another. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, Dom uses this relationship to be late, but Kandi already knows that she be late because she's a dance teacher. She does, she worked with, the dungeon tour and things of that nature. So in any event, now it seems like Patrick is gonna have his girlfriend have a sit down on a one-on-one with Torrin. They're gonna have that. Torrin and Safari gonna get along for the time being, and then he's gonna ask her about the housewarming. So right now Safari has to think about if she really want a housewarming to happen. And when it comes to Torrin, he basically let her know that he felt a certain type of way, that she took his job, and the way it was presented to him, and the lack of communication that actually came from Patrick to him, like putting him on the spot in front of his girlfriend, wasn't a good look at all. And so you already know that Torrin had something smart to say. Torrin was like, girl, this girl thinks she's Martha Stewart. I was like, what? So he's feeling a certain type of way about the situation. He was like, she thinks she's Martha Stewart. She pumps booty. She do booty. She's no interior designer person. So he's feeling a certain type of way about the situation. He's letting her know, like, girl, okay, but he left it on a good note, and he basically tried to make sure that he preps her up and make her feel comfortable, because Torrin knows if she doesn't feel comfortable with him, that is ultimately going to come between his relationship with Patrick. So he basically put her on a pedestal as well. You know what I mean? And so Torrin said, girl, you think you are Martha Stewart out here. You do booties, I do bedrooms. I was like, go ahead, Torrin. It was like, you think you Martha Stewart out here. Here, you do booties, I do bedrooms. I was like, Lord. So he took his shot. So when she watched this back, she gonna be mad. But in any event, they have that conversation. And so, Torrin Torrin is playing nice guy with her, you know, and she's feeling embarrassed about the situation because Patrick put her on Front Street to tell everybody that she didn't want the party to happen and she didn't want this person there. But in any event, you know, we get to this lady. This lady, she walks into the old lady gang and she asks Rashad if he can sit her. Rashad said, "You have an hour wait," and the lady said, "Oh, what about if I give you a little extra tip or something?" And then she says, then he goes, why would you think I would do that? She goes, "Well, I've seen you before." So she's saying that she's seen, you know, Rashawn at Blaze Steakhouse and he will sit you down for a healthy tip. So is she calling him out and putting him on blast on camera? Is she putting Goody Two Shoes on blast? You know, because, you know, Rashad got a whole lot of things to say about people not being intelligent. Well, is he taking money under the table to sit you fast, baby? Did this woman just blow up his spot, Lord? And so Shawndreca, she has to go sit down with Kandi, Burruss, and Todd Tucker. And basically, they're saying, like, we heard that you said that we don't give a F about this place. How can you even say that about us when you see the things that we are trying to do? And Shawndreca was like, everybody's complaining. Everybody done said something about how you guys are running this place. Why am I the only one being pulled out? Because, girl, you was being recorded. And Don Juan said he was listening through the phone, through the conversation that Brandon had on the phone with you and heard your voice, because I think Brandon had you on speaker or it was really quiet up in there. So they done called Shawndreca to the carpet and Shawndreca said, you know, well, you know, I complain about some things that are happening and it just doesn't seem like things are getting, you know, things are getting done. So, and Kandi said, "I don't like her old nasty attitude, poisoning the stuff. Lord have mercy." So Shawndreca was like, you know, everybody was talking stuff. Then Shawndreca basically saying, everybody's saying stuff too. Why is it just me? So Shawndreca is trying to figure out who snitched on her, and she wants to find out who it was because she's gonna put them on blast. Then Kandi said to Todd said, "How can you say something like that about us when you see us trying, we see us doing this? How can you talk ish about us?" And then Kandi jumps up and said, "You got to think about, do you really want to work here? Do you really want to be here?" Of course she wants to be there, because if not, she would go somewhere and make some more money. So she do want to be there because she's allowed to be the person that she is. So that's why she talks shit. If you're gonna pay her $12 an hour, she gonna talk shit all day and night, baby. For real, for real. And then also when she see the cracks in the pieces and they keep being different manager after different manager, and she don't see Todd or Kandi, she gonna talk shit like everybody else, but she just got caught talking it. And then now they having a meeting discussing whether she is a part of the team or whether she's really loyal, because Kandi was like, she's so loyal. But Kandi said, "No, baby, you talking about me? You ain't got no job here." So Kandi said, "Now you need to think about if you really want to be here, if you really want to work here." Like, Lord, there's a whole lot going on in this situation. For real, for real. So in any event, that's pretty much it. If anybody want to call in and tell me your thoughts on the situation, what you think about the old lady gang, let me know. I'm going to drop the stream, y'all, baby. And I'm going to put the phone line is open and the number is on the screen. So what y'all think about that situation? I don't know what's going on with Kandi and Todd. Like they're having a whole lot of kerfuffles going on in that situation. Their employees are talking. They need to have all this in check. Like, yeah, you can have a little bit, but the employees and the hostess should not be talking about you guys don't give a damn about your restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, we're already seeing some things like with the dishes, the broken sink, no generator, you know, being short staffed, customers waiting for hours because the sink is clogged because there's not a bartender, there's nobody washing down menus, there's nobody washing down tables and chairs. You know, it seems like Seandricka is really telling the truth, you know, when you look at the whole picture, and she ain't the only one complaining. So y'all tell me what y'all think. And Philip is trying to change the situation, but y'all are putting handcuffs on him where he can't really do what he needs to do. So so you guys let me know what you think about this situation. So tell me, y'all. But in any event, that's basically the situation of the show. Yes, please go check out Norris Tony YouTube channel. I believe he just did his newest video was on Kevin Hunter roasting him. But y'all tell me what y'all think about the situation. But let me know. Call in. Drop down on the StreamYard. Let me know what's good. Let me know what's popping. What you think about the show? Is it still watchable? Do you still want to watch it? Do you think it's going to get any better, or do you think the show is at a good pace? And do you like the show? Are you waiting for Sundays to happen so you can actually watch Kandi and the Gang? And what do you guys think about the episode from 1 to 10? From 1 to 10, I'll give it a 5. My opinion, from 1 to 10, I'll definitely give it a 5. Hello, what's up? What's going on? So, in any event, that's the situation with the show. I'll give it a 5 because, we're not really doing character building. So that's another thing. We're not really getting backstories, not really doing a lot of character building as far as like we're getting little small pieces. Maybe I want to see more from the customers. I want to hear what the customers have to say as they're eating, and I want to see the kitchen. I want to see them make the food too as well. And I think there needs to be more people added to the situation. And I want to see what Philip does. I just see Philip getting to altercations. Like, I want to see, does Philip mingle with the staff? Does he mingle, with the customers and things of that nature? Like, what is he actually doing? And why didn't Don Juan go through Philip? Why did he go right to Kandi? So it's basically almost cutting out, Philip, like he's really not, the head manager in charge. As far as the directive of operations, I guess he's not a part of that directive of operations. But Kandi, you want this man to fire? You want this man to take on Torrin, take on Brian? He said he didn't want to deal with them people, and you was like, I pay you, you don't pay me. But at the same time, this is a conflict. Why didn't it go through Philip and see how he will handle the situation and see what he can do? It's like he's cut out, and it's just Don Juan, Kandi, and Todd dealing with this situation, even though they supposed to, because it's their restaurant. But at the same time, if he's not really cut into the situation, if he's not really cut into the situation of this part, is almost like leading him out, like he's just there to discipline and not really build with the people. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Norris Tony said the show is good. So you like the show. I'm glad you like the show. But to me, this episode, what do you rate this episode, Tony? From a scale from 1 to 10, Tony, what do you rate the episode? I give it a 5. I give this episode a 5. So you guys let me know your ratings on this episode from a 1 to 10. What y'all think? So you give it a 6. So you got a 1 point above me. A 7. Okay, you gave it a 7. Sassy gave Sassy Sugar. Gave it a 7. Sassy Brown Sugar gave it a 7. Norris gave it a 6. I gave it a 5. Okay. Come on, let's get some more votes. Let me know. Let me know, what do you actually think about this show? Like, is this the show that you watch a season 2? Would you guys watch a season 2 of this show? Would you guys watch a season 2 of this show? Charmaine, she said a 6. Okay, her and Tony agree with a 6. Sassy said a 7. I said a 1. What, will you guys, come on, let me know, like, your feelings on the show. Like, do you like this type of content that Kandi is giving to us with this show? And so Sassy said, yes, she was definitely watching next season. Are you guys watching the show next season? Do you like the characters in the show? Do you like Shawndreca? Do you like Brian? Do you like Torrin? Do you like Philip? Do you like Kandi? Do you like Don Juan? Do you like the old lady gang? Aunt Nora, Aunt Bertha, Mama Joyce? Do you like these characters? I think I like the reading. I do like the characters, but they need to show us them more in action as far as working. I want to see them in action as working, dealing with a customer, dealing with somebody difficult. And also, how do they handle conflict, when a customer is actually complaining and not happy? Like, I want to see that. Yes, I love the tea. So who are you guys, teetering the line with most? You know what I mean? Who are you guys feeling most? Do you think some of these employees should get fired? Do you think Shawndreca should get fired? Do you think Brian should get fired? Do you think Brandon should get fired? Do you think, who else? And should Dom get fired? But I think Kandi understands, her entertainment life, dancing and doing and traveling. So, she comes in and she goes as she flows. But I really do like the storyline between Brandon and Dom, because like you can feel the relationship, you can feel that they like each other, you can feel the attraction. It's the beginning stages of something that could really be built. So I really do like their storyline. I like Brian because he's funny, he's witty, he got a story to tell, and he reminds me of let me see if I can find that show actually. Let me see. Let me see what is. So when it comes to Rashad from the show, and when it comes to Brian from the show, and also Torrin a little bit, they remind me of these characters, in Paris is Burning. To me, I think Brian looks like, the lady that you see with the red lipstick on, the white dress, right here in the middle. This one right here, her. I think Brian talks just like this lady. I can't think of her name on Paris is Burning, but this lady right here, this who Brian reminds me of. I mean, the way that he dresses himself, the way that he talks, his shade, him being like old school. Brian really, when I see Brian, I think of, this, person, or this woman from Paris is Burning, in my opinion. He definitely reminds me of her. I swear Brian reminds me of this woman from Paris is Burning. I promise you. And when it comes to Rashid, he's not on the cover. Rashid reminds me of another character of Paris is Burning, but I don't think he's on any of the pictures. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find out the character that Rashid reminds me of. He reminds me of the one that sold on this actually show. Okay, this is who Rashid reminds me of. Rashid reminds me of the one with the plaid shirt on with the X on top of his forehead. I believe that's him. That's who Rashid reminds me of. Let me see if I can get a better picture. But when I see Brian, when I see Torrin, and when I see Rashid, they remind me of Paris is Burning. So this is the one that. So this is who Brian reminds me of, this lady from Paris is Burning. But there is another. I don't know where he's at. Let me see. I think Torrin reminds me of the guy with the plaid black and white on right here next to Willie Ninja. In my opinion. Yeah, I went all the way there and back around, because every time I watch this show, I think about the when I see Brian, I think about the characters from Paris is Burning. Yes, love the tea. Okay, Charmaine, greetings from the capital of the world, New Jersey. Hey, what's up? What's up, Leo Queen? How you doing? So basically, that's it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Good night to my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. Please share, please like, please subscribe. And thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate it because it is late night, baby. So good night, sweet dreams, and blessings to each and every one of y'all. Much love to my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad. Peace. Good night, y'all.